All right, good morning, good afternoon, good night, whatever time of day it is. Welcome to the week of April 20th, or our fifth module of SPCM 200 online. As always, I just want to give us kind of a quick update on where we are in the class and kind of give us a little preview of everything that's coming up. Before I get into all of that, as always, hopefully everyone is at least trying to manage some semblance of a normal routine. I know that for me personally, there is absolutely nothing normal about this time, and it feels like each day I am simultaneously scrambling to kind of stay on top of everything, and yet also feeling like there's all the time in the world, and at the same time, all the days are blurring together, so it is certainly difficult. As always, please let me know if there's anything that I can be doing that will help you out, whether that's in terms of like class organization, how content is being organized, anything like that. Obviously, things are up in the air a lot, so I want to be able to be as flexible and helpful for you as much as I can. As far as what's coming up this week, we're going to be wrapping up the policy speeches and then also moving right into the final speech of the semester. I know I'm really sad about that also. Hopefully you were all very sad and we're hoping that we would have at least 10 more speeches, or perhaps you're very happy that we've reached the very end. At any rate, in addition to us finishing up the policy speeches, we'll be kind of introducing and starting to make those first steps on the final speech, which is the commemorative speech. So you'll have a brief lecture video where I'm going to be introducing some of those assignment requirements, talking about the specific details, and then you'll also have some assigned reading, all from chapter 16, which is specifically about commemorative speaking and this speech assignment. So you'll either read chapter 16 from your textbook or those online selections which have been copied and uploaded to Canvas. As far as what's getting turned in at the end of the week, for that commemorative speech, you'll have your topic proposal due at the very end of the week. As always, you'll propose 2 possible topics, just kind of give me a brief sense of what you're thinking of commemorating, whether that's a person, a place, an object, anything along those lines. Please use the template from the textbooks that's on page 201. As always, you can just fill it out and scan it. I'm also going to see if I can make a copy and get that uploaded to Canvas as well, so that way you can just download it from the module 2. Hopefully I should have that available at the very beginning of the week. So you'll have your commemorative speech topic proposal, that's due at the end of the week, but of course the major thing that's due this Friday by 11:59 is your policy speech. So I just want to quickly run through everything that you're going to be turning in for that and kind of what that's going to look like. Of course, you're going to submit your written outline to Canvas. That's going to be to the policy speech assignment. It's linked in the module. I've added kind of a little label, upload your outline here. So that'll be formatted just like all those other outlines that we've done. In addition to the outline, you're going to record a video of yourself giving your speech and then upload that to that Canvas discussion post. Again, that's labeled in this Canvas module as policy speech upload videos here. So make sure you're uploading both the outline and the video of your policy speech. For that video, remember it should be 6 to 8 minutes in length. And since you're recording it, you should be able to hit that time requirement no problem. If you record your speech and you find that you're outside of those 6 to 8 minutes, you obviously have the opportunity to kind of rework that to make sure you're within that time limit. For the written outline and the speech itself, you'll also need to have a minimum of 6 to 8 cited sources. So please make sure those are all cited correctly, all that information, double check the formatting and all of that. For the policy speech, a speaking aid is optional, so don't feel like you have to have some sort of a speaking aid associated with your speech. You're more than welcome to just do the speech video itself, and you won't lose any points if you don't have a speaking aid. That said, if you do choose to use a speaking aid, please just make sure that it's really helping support your overall policy argument and it's not just kind of there because you feel like it needs to be there. Finally, I just want to remind you that as far as speaking aids go, if you do choose to use something like a speaking aid, it doesn't have to be like a PowerPoint slide or some sort of images or video editing. There's a lot of different options of what a speaking aid can be. So I encourage you to kind of think about if some of those less common solutions might work best in your case. So for instance, alongside with your posted video, maybe you'll post a couple of links to some websites with more information. That counts as a speaking aid, and it really takes advantage of the digital environment to let your audience seek out more information if they want. If you want, you could also put together like a brief little handout and post that as a document alongside with your video. Again, it's a speaking aid that can help support your speech, but you're not necessarily having to do a PowerPoint slide or video editing if that's not what you're wanting to do. So remember, for your policy speech, you're welcome to use a speaking aid, you're not required to. And then I've had a lot of questions about this, so I just want to clarify it. But basically, had we been doing the policy speech in class, we would have done a question and answer session after each video. Unfortunately, since we're doing these recorded videos and not live, it's hard to kind of do, a direct, real-time question and answer. So what I'm having us do is you'll post your video to that discussion post, at which point everyone will have an opportunity to type out some questions as text and post those as response to your videos. I'll also post a question or two, and then what'll happen is you'll have a week after you post that video to respond to 2 to 3 of those questions. It doesn't have to be all of them. And just like in a classroom situation, you wouldn't have been able to respond to every single question. But what I'm going to ask is that before May 1st, you respond to just about 2 to 3 of those posted questions as if you were responding to a question in class. So again, just to reiterate, since I kind of have talked around and rambled in circles a little bit, speech videos will be due April 24th. That's this Friday, end of the week. That's the video and the outline. And then after you post that video, everyone will post a couple of questions to your video, and you'll have a week from that posting date, so until May 5th, to respond to 2 to 3 of those questions that you have. I know that's kind of a lot. There's a lot of moving parts here, so please, if there's any questions, comments, concerns, either let me know in an email or just reach out and we can kind of figure out any of those logistics there. A couple other final notes that I just want to point out here. My plan is hopefully by early this week, I'll post the participation points from the very first half of the semester, just so you kind of have a sense of where you are. And so it's not kind of this question mark in the grade book anymore. And then my hope is that any other kind of outstanding grading assignments or points should be available and posted hopefully this week, so that way this week you'll be able to have a clear sense of where your grade is at currently. And hopefully that'll give you kind of an opportunity to think out what the rest of the semester will look like for you. As always, if you have questions about grades, points, if I screwed up entering a number or anything like that, email me and let me know. Final note on kind of points and finishing up the semester. Right now in the department, we're kind of sorting out some of those final details on what the final exam is going to look like. Obviously, we're not going to all be able to be in the same room taking a written final exam. And so what we're thinking is we're going to put together a couple of different options that you'll be able to choose from depending on your situation and what's going to work best for you. So please stay tuned for more information on that. Obviously, it's not going to be a secret. I'll make sure to post it on Canvas. I'm sure there will be email announcements too, but I just want to let you know we're working on those details, and they should hopefully be available in the next couple of weeks. Okay, I think that's everything that I have for this week. I know that was kind of rambling and kind of all over the place, just like me teaching in real life, I guess. As always, please let me know if there's questions, comments, concerns, if you just want to chat about your speech, about life, or anything. I'm always available either via email, got my virtual office hours. Even though we're all physically separated from one another, that doesn't necessarily mean that we have to be fully socially separated from one another as well. As always, hope you're all doing well, hanging in there, making the most of this situation, and looking forward to finishing the semester strong. All right, until next time, take care.